Hi there, folks. Have a bit of a mail call for you today. A few days ago, fellow Canadian YouTuber Russell Houghton asked me if I'd like to try some of his Hi-Tek coated cast bullets. And he had a few different types that he does, and I requested a few of his, they're kind of a 7.62 by 39 style bullet. Anyway, Russell kindly sent me a sample of these. I feel a little bad at the amount of money he had to spend on postage. It looks like he spent something on the order of, I don't know, $15 worth of postage to get these things over to me. Anyway, be that as it may, they're heavy, I guess, and our postal service likes their money. So let's open these things up and see what's inside. Interestingly enough, Russell went old school there, and he did use some stamps on there, which are kind of interesting. They're Halloween themed stamps. They actually have a bit of a hologram on them there, so kind of cool. I guess I got to give you something for your $15. Anyway, let's see if we can get the. He's got them very well wrapped, which is always advisable. It's always a good idea to assume that the post office is going to do their best to destroy whatever you give over to their care. So, yeah, packed in an old iPhone box, which is kind of interesting because I actually use an iPhone 4 myself, so a good sturdy box. And unlike most videos, I'm going to use a knife which is actually appropriately sized for the box. Well, that's kind of interesting looking. Got a nice gold color to those. He gave me a pretty good sample too. That's he wasn't skimpy with the quantity. Oh, and he also gave me some 9mm bullets as well. I'd be interested to try those as well. Oh, actually, there's a whole sample pack here. That's pretty cool. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Drop a few of them on the floor right off the bat. I'll pick those up in a second. We've got a selection of different ones here. I should keep these in the packages in which they arrived. We get those ones, which are a flat nose. And these ones here, set those over there. These are the ones I actually requested. These are they look to be similar to a Lee C312 185 2R bullet, although I think these might be a bit fatter, and they appear to have an aluminum gas check on them. So we've got some of those, a couple of packages of those. I think the packages may have suffered somewhat in transit. Those little bags might have suffered a bit of damage, but remarkably the whole thing arrived in pretty good order, which goes to prove that Russell did a good job packing and that Apple makes a good iPhone box. And we get some more of those 9mm style bullets. Anyway, we'll pull a few of these out of the package and we'll have a look at them. So, folded up in the top of the box was a letter from Russell. He gives me permission to show this, and he lists the 3 bullet types that he sent me, 50 of each, and he mentions that the plain base bullets work well up to 1500 feet per second, and the gas check bullets work well and expand at 2000 feet per second. And he says the Hi-Tek coating will prevent leading, keep your dyes and hands much cleaner, and reduce the risk of lead exposure. They should be treated just like a normal cast bullet when loading and shooting. It is important to note that if the bullet fit is poor or the bore is pitted, the Hi-Tek coating will get ripped off and you will get leading, but this is true for any lead bullet. And he says enjoy. Well, we will certainly try to enjoy it. I'm going to make my best effort to make these bullets home in cartridges where they suit and shot down nice clean barrels to give them the best possible chance, nothing pitted. And well, like I said, a good fit is always important. So we've got the 3 types of bullets here. I've relocated them from the box that they came in into these separate boxes because the little bags they were in are a little bit busted up by shipping, so we just set them in some reused Hornady bullet boxes. Always handy to keep these little boxes around for such items. So we'll have a look at each of the bullets. And the first one we'll have a look at is this little pistol bullet, and this is a 358 diameter, a 125 grain nominally truncated cone. I weighed these. They come out at an average of about 127 grains. And you see flat nose, truncated cone. We've got the Lee style sort of micro grooves for conventional rifle or conventional lubrication. And it's a bevel base without a gas check. So I guess you could use that in 9mm, but because it's 358, I'm going to try it in the 357 Magnum, and I'll probably try that out of a carbine and maybe a revolver. We'll see. See what we do. We'll try to get those in the 1500 feet per second neighborhood that Russell mentions. We'll see how those do. Should be kind of fun to try those out. The next bullet is this one here. This is the 310-170-F- PB, so that's a 310 nominal diameter, 170 grain nominally, flat nose, plain base. So you can see no gas check recess in the base, a plain base bullet, which is nice when you're casting and loading these. It saves you some money on the gas checks. Gas checks right now are 4 to 4.5 cents each, so they can make your reloads cost significantly more. This has also got the kind of micro grooves for conventional lube, and it looks like it's got a bit of a crimp groove here. I think I'm going to try this in 30-30 Winchester because it looks like something which would be ideally suited to the 30-30 Winchester, having a flat nose and a nice long body diameter there. This one, when I measured it, was 311 diameter, and these weighed an average of about 168 grains. So we'll give those a try in 30-30, and since they're a plain base design, we'll try to shoot for that 1500, 1600 feet per second limit that he talks about there. See how those do. This looked like a good looking bullet. And the final bullet that he sent me was this. This is a 314-160-P1-GC. So that would be 314 diameter as cast and 160 grain nominally, with a 1 ogive curve to the bullet and the gas check recess. Russell has installed what appears to be aluminum gas checks, probably from one of those free checks makers, I would assume. And I would say most of these bullets are probably, I would guess they're probably about 1 thou bigger than they would be without the Hi-Tek coating. So as measured, this was 315 diameter, and the bullet weight was an average of about 157 grains. So I'll probably try these in 303 British because they should be a really good match for some 303 British rifles. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to giving these a try. And thanks, Russell, for sending me these samples. And we'll probably do a video at some point in time in the future when I get a chance to load some of these up and take them out and give them a try once I figure out what loads I want to use. And if you want any of these bullets, I think Russell might sell you a few if you're in the market for some. He's just a hobbyist, so I don't think he's going to supply anybody with huge quantities. But if you want to give him a message on his YouTube channel, I'm sure he'd get back to you with a price on some of these. And you can check out his page. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the description down below. Anyway, thanks again, Russell, and thanks for everybody for watching. And you'll see some more of these bullets in a future video.